Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management, along with Ellen Kaloje. I'm Harry Donahue, and today we have more from the shore.
I like the sound of that, yeah.
Nice rhyme to it. And two more courses from Atlantic City Golf. One is Hamilton Trails, which is in Mays Landing, a 9-holer. Now, you can play 18 if you want, but maybe you're, kind of pressed for time. 2 hours is all you have. Perfect spot. Hamilton Trails in Mays Landing. Also today,
we're also heading to Seaview Golf Resort, just an amazing place, rich history and tradition here. 2 separate 18-hole courses, one link style and one tree lined. You won't want to miss this one, Harry.
No, and getting back to Hamilton Trails, we're going to introduce you to Wonder Dog, my buddy Super Silvio. Where do you hear the story about Silvio and what he did to help save somebody's life at Hamilton Trails? We're coming back with more. First, another pour.
Thank you.
Hey, how about that? More, another pour.
Love it.
I'm just filled with rhymes today. We'll be back as Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management, continues in just a moment. I probably should. Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By PlayACGolf.com. Visit PlayACGolf.com to plan your Atlantic City golf getaway, where the play continues well into the night. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Visit our Bala Cynwyd location. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
Defining a target, realizing a dream. Susquehanna Bank can help you get your plans off the ground. Whether you're sending kids to college or doing something special for yourself. Susquehanna's financial advisors are worth talking to. We can help you find the smartest way to borrow money and save money in the process. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for dreamers like you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi everyone, Ron Jaworski here. I just want to let you in on a little secret. Here, just outside of Atlantic City, you'll find some of the top-rated golf courses in the world. Imagine playing these championship courses during the day, then playing your hand at something else at night. Casinos, bars, clubs, shows. Atlantic City has something for all the ways you like to play. So pack your bags for the ultimate golf getaway. Do AC and play AC Golf. AC Golf, where the play continues well into the night.
Welcome back to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. Later on today, we'll be talking about the LPGA Tour in our Teed Off segment, but actually right now we have a course, Ellen, at the Jersey Shore that has a real vital link to women's golf.
That's right. For years now, the LPGA has been holding its tournament at Seaview Golf Resort, just a place rich in history and tradition. 2 separate courses, one the Bay and one the Pines, 18 holes each, just beautiful, spectacular, and unique in both their own rights.
At Seaview, we have 36 holes, 2 golf courses. The Bae course right behind me, which is obviously right on Reed's Bay here, and then the Pines golf course, which is directly behind the hotel. And it's great. I love having 2 different golf courses here. Guests can come, stay at the hotel, play the Pines course, and then have a totally different experience when they come out and play the Bae course as well.
And guests of Seaview have been doing just that for nearly a century, but with many changes over the years.
Our facility was purchased by Stockton College in 2010, and they invested in the facility, put some capital dollars into it, and out here on the Bay, we resodded all of the fescue out here, all of the fescue mounds. We redid some bunkers, did all of the bunkers on the green sides and the actual fairway bunkers as well, and expanded some of the greens to kind of bring back the facility to the original design by Donald Ross. So there's been some improvements out here, absolutely. The LPGA Tour players have said these are some of the best greens that they putt all year, so that's very exciting, and all the credit goes to our grounds crew here.
As a golf destination, Seaview Resort has a lot to offer.
We've got a 300-room hotel on site. We've got numerous ballrooms. There's a spa on property, vacation villas. We've got a driving range here, a nice practice facility as well. 2 beautiful golf courses and some nice restaurants as well. Definitely what makes the Bae course unique and what makes our facility unique is, one, we have 2 distinct golf courses here, one a link style course and one a more traditional parkland style course. And speaking to the Bae being a link style course, it's open to the elements, not a lot of trees out here, a lot of wind, being right on the water, and designed by Donald Ross, we have some small crown greens. So it's very challenging, and you have to play certain types of shots out here. The course can play really long when it's windy, or it can play very short when the wind's down. So a lot of interesting things out here for sure. And then not to mention the fescue that lines all the greens and all the bunkers out here as well. So make sure you hit it straight. The number 2 on the Bae is kind of our signature hole out here. It's about 450 yards, goes straight out to the water. And then the green on number 2, you can actually see the skyline of Atlantic City, which is kind of some nice scenery, beautiful shot there. Usually plays into the wind, very long. You're hitting to a green that's almost an island green, not by water, but just open to the elements and the air out there as well. So 18 is another one of our signature holes on the Bae here, par 5, nice finishing hole. Runs right along Route 9 right here, which is down the right-hand side, kind of outlines the golf course. It's out of bounds as well, so you have to be careful there. And then number 17, which is a short par 3, about 100 yards with pot bunkers around the green as well. And the Pines course, we've done some renovations out there as well. We've redone all the greenside bunkers and added a couple bunkers out there, and really trying to focus on course conditions and the playability of the course out there.
Now, because of the obvious differences, it's hard for golfers to pick a favorite.
They love them both because they're so different in layouts. As the Bae Courses the Links, this is a parkland style golf course. You really get 2 completely different feels. This one's a lot more traditional to this area with the tree lines. It's a little bit more forgiving on, like I said, the approach shots with the larger greens, but also much more challenging. It plays about 4 shots harder just because of the length and the trees and the well-placed bunkers. The golf course was opened in 1929. It's a Toomey and Flynn design. Contrary to the Bae course, a much different layout. It's a parkland style golf course. Every hole is tree lined, so it's very demanding from tee shot to approach. Greens are going to be a little bit bigger out on this side, and a lot of really well-placed fairway bunkers to catch those errant tee shots.
And just like on the Bae course, the new ownership has invested in improving the Pines.
Well, the biggest feature that we've done a lot of bunker work out here. Both our greenside and fairway bunkers we've redone. We've expanded some to make them a little bit bigger to catch those errant shots. Also a little bit of tree work, which has really helped to kind of open the golf course up a little bit off the tee box to make it a little bit more playable for players of all ability levels. The hole we're staying on here, the 16th hole, it's a great hole. A unique feature here at Seaview is the 15th and 16th holes are back-to-back long par 3s. 15 is about 245 yards from the back tees. The hole we're standing on here, 16, about 220-yard par 3. The great part is it's a little downhill, so you really get a great view of the hole from the tee box. But also the bunkering, the bunkers that you can see behind me are a little bit deceiving, that is that they're not right up on the green, especially the one just to the left. So it gives players a sense it plays a little bit shorter. A lot of times you see guys not club properly and not get the ball all the way back to the pin. We're standing here on the tee box of the 9th hole. It's about a 510-yard par 5, plays a lot longer than the yardage since it's uphill. It truly is a 3-shot hole. Your tee shot needs to stay short of our water hazard that we have. It's the only one on the golf course, which will probably play about 240 yards out from the tee. So you need to stay short of that. And then your second shot needs to not only get over the water hazard, but it needs to stay short of our 2 massive fairway bunkers that will split the fairway a second time. So really it forces the golfers to think club selection here rather than just pull the driver out and hit it as far as you can. Then the third shot plays uphill, usually plays about an extra club longer. The green is guarded by 2 greenside bunkers, which are deep. You don't want to be in those. And then the green has a lot of gentle undulation to it. So even though overall it doesn't look like a tricky green, if you're not careful, the putt will definitely slide left or right on you. If you're not thinking your way through this hole, you can bring double or triple bogey into play very quickly. Some of our bigger hitters here like to give it a rip and 2. Very rarely does that succeed. So it really is one of those holes where if you just play the way the hole's laid out, which is 3 shots, par is very attainable. And if you hit a good iron shot, you might get a birdie.
Parkland or Links, both courses aim to please all golfers.
I think the Bae has a lot of different things to offer, as well as the Pines does. We have a few different tee boxes here, so both courses can play different yardages. The Bae plays about 6,200 yards from the back. Seems pretty short, but when you take the wind into play and some of the fescue and the course being open to the elements, it can play very challenging, or at times it can play very easy. So it assists with all different types of handicap golfers. You can have a scratch golfer or a high handicapper in your group, and they both can enjoy the golf course. Same thing on the Pines as well.
We're a resort course. We have a couple different sets of tees to keep it friendly. We will love to give players a description of both courses. We'll obviously say the Bae is a little more open. However, this course, like I said, a little more protected from the wind and much more forgiving. So for some novices, it actually might be a little bit easier as you get around the greens. When you come to Seaview, not only are you getting two completely different layouts as we've talked about, but with True Golf's management here, you really get pristine playing conditions. Both courses are in fantastic shape. They're both fair, but they both also present a challenge. And then also with the history built in, you're walking holes that some of the greatest players in the world and current players on our Bae course with the LPGA Tour play. So it really gives a unique feel to the players and something special for everyone.
So just a spectacular course, two courses actually, that you can do so much more than just golf. They have restaurants, a beautiful hotel, spa. You can really do a lot, and they have great stay and play packages. You can check that out. We have a link on our website at playacgolf.com.
And it's very convenient right on Route 9 in Galloway Township, not far from the Atlantic City Expressway and Atlantic City proper. And right up the road in Mays Landing is Hamilton Trails. It's a 9-holer, but you can play 18, and we'll introduce you in just a moment to our super dog, Super Silvio. That's next. It's my new buddy. Coming up next on Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
And welcome back to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. I'm with Andrew Bucieri. Andrew?
Hey, Harry. Thanks for
Andrew,
coming out.
General Manager, Course Superintendent at Hamilton Trails. And Hamilton Trails is a 9-hole golf course, about, 20, 25 minutes due west, I guess you could say, of Ocean City, right?
Yes, also about 15 miles from the casinos, Atlantic City.
So it's easy to get to. And as I said, 9 holes, but the way it's set up, with a lot of 9-hole courses, Andrew, you can play 2 sets of tees, so you can play 18 holes.
That's right, definitely. If you want to play 18, you can.
Give us an idea, an overall view of what this golf course. Now, I look out here behind us, and it looks relatively like a links course, but that's not the case in Hamilton Trails.
It's not a links course. We're cut out of the South Jersey Pine Barrens here. There's lots of pine trees here, and it's a very walker-friendly course. A lot of people like to play 9 holes. If they're here for the summertime, they have time to play golf and go to the beach, go to the mall, or people who live around here can play after work or before.
Do your quick 9 and you have plenty of time, like you say, head to the beach or head to the mall, do some shopping, the casinos, whatever. And this time of the year, bad weather can be up in the Philly area, but down here where we are at Hamilton Trails, you'd never know the weather is bad someplace not that far away.
Sometimes that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and you're open every day but Christmas, the way that's correct?
Right. That's right. The only day of the year we're technically closed is Christmas Day.
All right. Now tell us, you have a little slogan about the value down here at Hamilton Trails.
Well, we're the best value going here at the shore. We're the only 9-hole regulation length golf course. We've been here 10 years. We've done a tremendous amount of work fixing the course up. I think the word's gotten out that we're really looking good here, and it's like I said, it's walker friendly. Every time you play a hole, the next tee is very close to the green that you just finished on, and it's a course that all people can play. If you're the novice or the expert golfer, or even just beginning, it's catered to everybody.
Now we're standing here on number 9, which is a par 3.
Yes.
So if you're only going to play 9 holes, this is your last hole. And you say a lot of people really like the challenge here at number 9. Tell us about it.
Well, this hole here, it's unique because it is a par 3, and the course ends on this par 3 hole, and it's a long hole. It does have a little approach fairway here. It's surrounded by a couple of bunkers. Most of the time, the shot that you're hitting off the tee is into the wind. So if you hit the ball on the green here, if you hit the green in regulation and you 2-putt and make a 3, you're really doing well here.
So you got the water too to contend with,
yes.
bunkers on both sides. Where the pin is today probably is one of the tougher pin placements.
It
right?
is. It is.
Yeah.
That's what you'd call a Sunday pin, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, we try to keep it in the middle. On days that we're much busier, keep pace of play moving. But yes, this is one of the more challenging holes on the course.
Andrew, that's number 9, par 3. The first hole here is a little bit of a challenge too. Tell us about number 1.
It definitely is. The first hole starting out is a hard dogleg left on the first fairway. When you tee off from the white or blue or whatever tee you're teeing off from, there's a fairway bunker straight down, and it's about a 190, 200-yard shot. But again, here, the ideal ball flight would be a slight draw, so you can leave yourself a shorter approach shot, about 6 or 7 iron, as opposed to if you miss a little bit right, it's going to be around 200.
And right at that dogleg there, it looks, what do you have, a little pond there, huh?
Yes, that pond borders on the left side of the third green, and it also comes into play on the first fairway.
We're standing here on this 9th green, not only with Andrew, but with his chocolate lab, Silvio. And Silvio, well, how about this story, folks? Silvio is literally a lifesaver. Tell me that story about Silvio and what he did here not long ago.
Well, he is. A few years ago, there was a guy practicing or waiting for somebody to come join him play golf, and he was on the practice putting green. And unfortunately, he had he suffered a bad reaction to some drug he was taking. I forget exactly what. But he had a problem, and he fell to his knees, and Silvio saw it, and he started barking, and he alerted the staff here, everybody that was working here, and actually her name is Dorothy. She works in the shop. He alerted her, and she called the paramedics, and and they were able to get here in time to take him away and take care of him.
I feel like I need a treat to give to Silvio after hearing that story, Andrew. Silvio, good job, buddy. Huh? And Silvio is your constant companion here, Andrew, as you make your rounds and get your work done?
He is. He comes to work with me every day, and he helps out. Well, he helps out where he can.
Absolutely. Well, he's already helped out one guy that we know of. So good job, Silvio. Andrew, thanks for the tour of Hamilton Trails.
Thanks for coming out.
You know, something about Hamilton Trails, too, people will probably want to know is, even though it's 9 holes, you need every club in your bag.
That's right. We're not just an executive or par 3 course. We're a 9-hole regulation length course, and you really can use every club in your bag here.
So come on down to Hamilton Trails in Mays Landing, see Andrew, and of course, make sure you say hello to Silvio. He's going to be waiting for you. We're coming right back. More on Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management in just a moment.
Hi everyone, Ron Jaworski here. I just want to let you in on a little secret. Here, just outside of Atlantic City, you'll find some of the top-rated golf courses in the world. Imagine playing these championship courses during the day, then playing your hand at something else at night. Casinos, bars, clubs, shows. Atlantic City has something for all the ways you like to play. So pack your bags for the ultimate golf getaway. Do AC and play AC Golf. AC Golf, where the play continues well into the night.
In a crowd of light beers, how long does it take to find the Yingling Light Lager? About that long. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yingling Light Lager. Rethink your light beer.
And now it's time for Teed Off, brought to you by Yingling, America's oldest brewery.
Annika, if she hangs around long enough, and then all of a sudden she backs out. And the history.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues from the beautiful Churchville Inn in Churchville, Bucks County, home of the best baby back ribs in town, right at Bristol Road and Bustleton Pike. And our panel, it's the best panel in golf. Harry Mays from 97.5 The Fanatic, heard every weeknight from 10 until midnight. Joe Logan's with MyPhillyGolf.com and another longtime contributor to Inside Golf and Teed Off. And we have Bob Shepard from PhillyBurbs.com, golf instructor and a longtime PGA professional in the Philadelphia area. Harry, you and I were talking a while ago about the start of the PGA season this year. Got off to a wet and windy start with that championship in Kapalua. And what was it? Reduced finally to 3 rounds. I had to play 36 one day. And you said even though you've been to Hawaii, that's another example why you want no parts of golf in Hawaii.
Yeah, I could think of about 150 different things that I'd rather do than play golf in Hawaii.
Really?
I was there once for my sister's wedding about 12 years ago. Rode a Harley Davidson all around the Big Island and was in 50-mile-an-hour crosswinds the entire time. And I saw those guys playing that golf tournament, and I'm like, no way. I want no parts of it.
There was no
I'll
calm?
scuba dive. I'll go on the beach. I'll do anything but golf.
That's those prevailing trade winds got you, huh? Joe, did you have a similar experience? I know you've been there.
No, I've been there several times. I've played that course several times, and I've played it in absolutely perfectly calm, still, lovely weather. And if you get a ticket that you can't use, please give it to me. I'd love to go back.
Absolutely. Shep, how about you?
Never been to Hawaii, but I've dealt with the winds you're talking about. I was at Ballybunion one day, and the airport was closed. The 747, so we were out playing.
Wow.
And you couldn't get the ball. You had to step on the ball on the tee to keep it from rolling. The caddies were kneeling down, opening their jackets and getting knocked over.
Wow.
And also, you remember the Open at Turnberry with the wind. Gary Player had to crawl off of the tee.
Get out of here.
He crawled
Well,
up.
he was probably doing push-ups.
He might
or
have been.
something.
He might have been. But he actually had to come in. And they closed. They turned the tournament or canceled the tournament for a short while until the wind calmed down. So it is. Historically, it's been around the wind. So I mean, what they went through out there, obviously. Well, the girls just did it in the British Open for the women.
Right.
They had the wind over there. So it's something you have to look at. But golf is played in all sorts of climates.
Yeah, you know it's bad when the ball gets blown off
Exactly.
the tee or
You can't
something
stop
like that.
it. That's
Or
a hard part.
on the green, and where's our buddy Tom Karpus, but he would give us the rule interpretation. Right. You mark your ball, and then you put your ball back, pick up the mark, and it blows, and then you got to putt from where it stops, right?
No, you got to
play
you
from
put
where
it back.
stops.
You put it back.
You can't put it back?
Yeah, as long as you're not responsible, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, that's
but get Tom on that
Karpus Jr. here. I had one experience in Hawaii at Poipu Bay, which is in Kauai. They played that event where all the winners of the majors would go at the end of the year. And
Grand Slam or something.
The Grand Slam. They were there for like 8 years. I think Tiger won it like 4 times. Great golf course at the Grand Hyatt Resort. Mr. Hyatt, thank you very much. Great golf course. Every hole, I mean, you had to bring your camera, Harry. I can't believe you didn't like golf in Hawaii.
I never played it.
You just wouldn't play. You'd
ride
a motorcycle?
I did that.
You get blown off the motorcycle?
I did that, and that's why I'm just going on the beach, man.
Oh, wow. Shep, you brought up the women. We're going to change gears a little bit and talk about the LPGA Tour. And it has sort of a history, short history maybe, where a lot of the better players retire early for one reason or another or several, and never go back. I'm talking about like Annika Sorenstam, who had, maybe the greatest woman golfer ever, Lorena Ochoa, and like I say, retire early and never come back.
Yeah.
And it really, I think, does the sport suffer because of that?
I think it does. It's a shame too, because Annika was really performing. There was no doubt about that. And then we'll just set her aside and say, okay, you want to start a family, get going. And then Lorena shows up, and she is just dominating, and she's actually going to just topple Annika if she hangs around long enough, and then all of a sudden she backs out. And the history of golf, the senior ladies aren't going to be in existence. No. There's no chance of that happening, where the boys, the old timers, still hang around. They still go out and have fun, and the Marco Mirrors, and they still play golf.
Dottie Pepper has turned into a very good athlete. But even she left her job with the Golf Channel, I believe. And she's not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
She's skiing now, and in the wintertime, I think she's going to do some work with NBC. But, Joe, it is a loss, isn't it?
It is a loss. I think each of the 3 women you mentioned, there are different circumstances.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't see any great trend. In the case of Annika, she had reached a point in her career, she'd won everything. She had other interests, designing, all kinds of things, plus she wanted to start a family. Very hard. It is a hard slog out there on the road, especially if you're a woman. You're there alone. I mean, it's hard being on the road for weeks on end. And in the case of Lorena Ochoa, she came from a very wealthy family.
Sure.
I don't think she needed money. And then she married a guy who had even more money. So, her place in life was different.
Yeah. Now she's playing, we talked about it a few weeks ago, she's just putting smileys on the golf cart.
Right.
Harry Mays, Bob Shepard, and Joe Logan from the Churchville Inn. That's teed off, and we'll be back with more of Inside Golf in a moment. The Churchville Inn is one of Bucks County's most unique dining experiences. There's history, an assortment of great food featuring the best baby back ribs anywhere, a varied selection of craft beers. The Churchville Inn, where good friends and a great meal come together every time.
Early mornings, late nights, and way too many takeout dinners. Running a business takes energy, determination, and sacrifice. And whether you're a startup, well-established, or somewhere in between, the people of Susquehanna Bank have the knowledge to help you succeed. From cash management solutions to the benefits of local loan decisions, we help keep your business moving ahead. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for businesses like yours. Member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Bob Shepard, golf professional in Philadelphia, and I have played the game, I've taught the game, and I've researched the game, and now I've put the game into words. With my new book, If They Hadn't Invented Golf, We Never Would Have Needed the Damn Whiskey. And you can get your copy on Amazon.com and just plug in If They Hadn't Invented Golf. And if they hadn't invented golf, I never would have written the book. So I know you're going to enjoy it.
It's a great read. Our thanks to Bob Shepard. You can follow Bob, too, on phillyburbs.com. And that's it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. I want to thank the folks both at Seaview and at Hamilton Trails. And Ellen, for information on those two courses, as well as all of Play Atlantic City Golf, where do the folks have to go?
Well, you can always check us out at InsideGolf.net. You can watch past episodes and get a ton of information. We also have a link to PlayACGolf.com, and you can enter a special contest to win a fantastic Atlantic City golf getaway.
Sounds good to me. You know, see this little logo? I'm wearing that for a special reason. It is the Merion logo with the wicker baskets, and of course, Merion will be the site, June, of the U.S. Open this year. It'll be the 5th time that Merion has hosted the U.S. Open. And coming up in the weeks ahead, in fact, every week for several right before the tournament tees off, I'll be having a series of special reports on the history of Merion, the history of the U.S. Open at Merion. We're going to take you behind the scenes with all kinds of inside information right here on Inside Golf. Plus, Cancun in the weeks ahead. Iberostar, the great resort in Cancun. And Ellen recently just got back from Philly spring training. And who did you see on the golf course?
You won't believe who we ran into at the oldest.
Let me guess.
It's the oldest golf course in Florida. The manager of the Philadelphia Phillies, the one and only Charlie Manuel, he managed, you know, he's working very hard down there, Charlie. He managed to just get in a few holes at this place, and you're going to see him in the upcoming weeks on Inside Golf. You won't want to miss that.
And from the little bit that you told me about Charlie, not only, you know, Charlie was a great hitting instructor, but he can drive the golf ball, folks. I'm talking
almost 300
yards.
He is amazing.
That's all coming up in the weeks ahead right here on Inside Golf. So for Ellen Coloche, I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. And we'll see you next time on Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. Now, you already have yours poured. I'm going to... Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By PlayACGolf.com. Visit PlayACGolf.com to plan your Atlantic City golf getaway, where the play continues well into the night. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Visit our Bala Cynwyd location. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.